Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's very different video on YouTube. It's what I like to call a thunderstorm webcam activity video, and I've just heard the rumbles of thunder, and at the same time I've also been seeing the first few flashes of lightning, but it's actually very distant apart. I don't know if I can get a really good amount because obviously I'm currently straightforward filming at this point at least around 3 a.m. The lightning is about, let's just say it's a bit far away, as far as I can get. Yeah, the lightning is actually very distant because it's actually hitting Wolverhampton. But I'm pretty sure we can get a very good dose of what the thunder and lightning is going to be looking like. Hey, who knows of how close it can be. I just hope there's no fires being set off by cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. I'm hoping that's an extremely thing. So we've got a lot of flashes. Got a few flashes coming out. And yeah, it's the energy coming out from the storm itself. I'm not seeing any rain because it's not yet very close at the moment. It's just a very distant thunderstorm that's just emigrating its way to become quite close. And I need to evacuate my flesh just because I don't want to get totally and utterly injured. In fact, I might probably bring the window a little bit closer towards me because I don't want to get hurt while I'm making this video. Who knows, there might be any lightning that might be penetrating across through. I don't know. I'll just see what's going on. Maybe if the lightning storm is a little bit more closer, well, I wouldn't say dangerously closer, but if it was like really close, I'm just sort of thinking, who knows. And yes, throughout the making of this video, this was something I didn't even expect, because you know, these types of storms are very much hit and miss. I think this is only going to be just a single cell thunderstorm that's just on the very distance and nothing else. Maybe it's just a cumulonimbus cloud that has not been very well developed. But we shall see. We shall see of how much rain we'll get later on as time flies by. And okie dokie. Okay, we've got a few bits of rain falling out. Another flash of lightning. It's looking pretty good to me. And if we can hear a bit of loud thunder, then I can decide which trains shall I play with today. Because I built like 3 train layouts, which is going to be really exciting. Okay, the rain has started to inaugurate, but I'm not seeing, well, yes, who knows, let's just see how close the lightning storm is, and we'll certainly be on our way to recovery, I suppose. And yes, we've just came out from an extremely hot June, and like May, it has been record-breaking. Oh my crikeys, talk about climate change and global warming, man. This is insane. We really need to think about to our heads and just shake to ourselves, what in the flippin' hell are we doing in this world now? Okay, the rain is now falling, but I'm only focusing on the lightning here because I want to find out where the lightning is actually going to be hitting. I'm probably guessing it's going to be a very small amount of lightning strikes, just because, well, I did hear some thunder. Ooh, that's a very good punchy one. That's a very good punchy one, but that's actually at the very distance. It's actually looking very good. Who knows, I might have to split it into different parts, because these videos often tend to be split into different parts because I don't want to overwhelm my tablet's memory. And it's actually going to be very interesting. Who knows, I could probably film with a webcam instead, which might seem cheaper, but then hey, who cares? The rain has started to fall. I might probably have a look at the other side and see how everything's getting on. Yes, the rain has started to fall, but I'm not seeing any light that's just popping out at the moment. It's starting to rain. Of course, yes, it's convective season, obviously, we're now finally back into that line of where we're getting some convective thunderstorms. Nice to know. I'll just have a look at the rain for a bit. Yeah, the rain is actually quite light. It's not very heavy at all. It's actually pretty light, I suppose. So I'm just getting some fresh air a bit. But if there's any lightning that's coming dangerously close, then I will have to pretty much guard my territory. Right, I'm just gonna pretty much see of what I can make up the most. Yeah, the rain's starting to pour out just a bit. It's actually coming down. I don't know how heavy it gets, because the louder the thunder, the heavier the rain and the intense the rainfall actually becomes. I think this is going to be a bit way too gentle, but this might probably be, in fact, that might be probably subject to change. And I'll see about that, I suppose, hey? It's probably going to be little amounts of rainfall, and not that much. Yeah, it's wow! That was a fantastic lightning bolt! Yeah! My goodness gracious! Crikeys! I actually finally got a nice lightning bolt. Who knows? I'm just quite curious if we get a really potent and pungent storm. Then maybe, who knows? This storm is going to have a nice shine of light. Sorry for the pun, hey? It's going to be really exciting to see how this one goes. Oh yes, it's coming in. It's edging on very nicely. And yes, luckily I did wake up very early. Of course, I didn't sleep almost at all, because I was actually having a look at the lightning tracker to see where the lightning storms have been hitting so far. And I was going to be a little bit disappointed, because obviously I wasn't going to be seeing any light at all. But there you go, this is just about it. We've got everything sorted out for today's thunderstorm activity video, which might be split into another part. That's very, very nice, very, very nice to know, actually. And the rain's actually, it's being quite light. It's a bit too light, I suppose. So it's generally a bit too light. Yeah, it's not that much. I need to think of, you know, who knows? I'm just sort of thinking, how in the hell is it going to be this light? It needs to be a bit more heavier. It's not doing that much. Yeah. It's not doing that much in the way of rainfall, but doing so well in the way of lightning. I can actually hear a lot of thunder outside. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and have a look at the other side and see whatever the hell is going on at the moment. There might be some more lightning on the cards. Okay, there's that one distant flash. And maybe after that one distant flash, there might be a very close cloud-to-cloud lightning show that might show up very, very sooner than what I'm going to do. I bet that's what's going to be like. Yes, I'm very much certain about this. I really don't know about that. Anyways, let me just go back and see the other side of my neighbourhood. Although I might probably say, hey, that might be a bit too late. Okay, I've got my train sets ready. I'm not sure how potent this storm is. But yeah, there's not much rain, it's just falling. It's just a tiny amount of it, it's not that great. But who knows, there might be another storm on the cards. There might be a double back storm that might probably form its way. Yeah, it's probably too little. Yeah, the amount of rainfall I'm just seeing is not enough. Oh well. I'll just have to pretty much have a look at the chart and see what's going on here, eh? Okay, as I can realise, if you look at this chart here, most of it is actually focusing heavily on Wolverhampton and Dudley, so the Black Country is actually getting a much nastier impact than it is in Birmingham. It is actually quite a bit strange. I never ever thought that this storm would pretty much dodge away from Birmingham. Quite interesting when you think about it, but then that's just the nature of these storms. Yeah. seems like we've avoided the worst of it, but who knows, there could be more to come. Either sometime later on before the morning, or maybe just around Saturday, which I'm probably presuming it might be the most major of all days to get stormy conditions like this. I'm just going to have a look at the rainfall radar that the Met Office has got at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and search this and see what's going on. Hey, I'm probably guessing it's going to be extremely, I have to say it's very low chance. That amount of rainfall, that is actually very much not that much. So I wouldn't really want to write home about this. Yeah, not that much. As you can see, if I just scroll downwards, you can just see, we had some thundery activity, obviously I was supposed to say, but it's not been that much for us in the West Midlands. So I'm just scrolling upwards. As you can see, the majority of that rain is really going to miss the rest of it. And it's actually going to be focusing on the north, which is not that great actually. But there will be a greater chance of storms. Okay, we've got more on the following night, but then as we go ahead and crawl up towards Saturday, not that much. But then there's a greater chance, there's a potent chance here by Sunday. I think by Sunday there'll be a much bigger chance of storms like this on Sunday. Who knows about that? I might be totally and utterly wrong, but sometimes that's just the nature of these storms. It's always hit and miss. And that's why I never ever get, that's what I sometimes realise whenever I seem to encounter storms like this. You just never know whether they're going to really hit or not. Yeah, as you can see, most of them are actually kind of focusing on, across the Black Country. It's not that particularly great when it comes to the rainfall. It's not as potent than it is in May. I think May presented better because obviously we had 2 thunderstorms. This is only just one. I have to say, it's only just one storm. Oh wait, just kidding. I just realised on the other side it's actually still raining. But again, it's only just raining to a small amount. Yeah, don't think that one thunderstorm is really going to help with that amount of rainfall. It's probably too little to possibly say the least. That's definitely not enough. Not enough rainfall to really, to really quench this amount of stuff. I think it's just a bit too little. Not that great in convection, I have to say. It's not really that great. But we'll see about that. Yeah, I have to say the rainfall is actually very little. Yeah, I can just hear it. It's not like gushing through, it's more like just a gentle, it's just more like that, you know what I mean? Just basic tappy toe sounds. You know what I mean? It's basically the pitter patter sound. It's just very gentle ones. It's basically not that much. Yeah, it's very little in the amount of rainfall. And I highly suspect that the thunderstorm is actually moving northwards. That is what I'm probably presuming. Somehow I have to say, hey. Yeah, not that great actually. Not particularly great at all. But, yeah, I think that it was actually quite a good bonus seeing a few lightning flashes. Which was, I think it was the better part, I suppose, eh? But not seeing that much in the way of rainfall. We'll just have a look. Yeah, I feel like this amount of rainfall is a bit too small. A bit too deprived. I suspect that the convection available potential energy is not that potent. I'd probably say so. I don't think it's that potent than what I would have probably presumed so. So, I would have guessed, yeah, you know what, I don't think it's that great in terms of the convection energy. I don't think the amount of I don't think it's that unstable enough. Maybe that's what I'm guessing. Somehow, and I'm probably guessing that this storm has decided to emigrate a little bit more northwards than here. Oh well. I think I should probably call this as a video, I suppose, eh? It's not that much. I'll probably say so, eh? Okay, I can see another lightning strike that's hitting on Warsaw here at the moment. Yeah, it's actually too little in the way it's falling. And the amount of rain is not that enough. It's just way too small. Yeah, the chances of seeing quite a decent thunderstorm, that's just way too small. Not that great than what I initially thought, but that's just the nature sometimes when you look at thunderstorms and things. They don't always seem to get it right. You know, when it comes to the weather forecasts, hey, they never always seem to get it right at all. At all times, I have to say, hey, they don't really get it right at all. Not that great in terms of the video that I'm making. Oh well. I'm just going to call it as it is. So, if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like. Who knows, it might probably be suspect to change or not. It might be subject to change actually, but I think that's going to be about it for today. Subscribe for more Flat videos in the future. Not the greatest I've produced so far, but there you go. We've finally got a thunderstorm. As always, thanks so much for watching actually, and bye for now.